Yeah, she didn't realise that she'd just created probably the most amazing studio experience that we'd ever had.
This episode is being supported by Audiomovers, whose Listen To plugin has been a game changer for us at Take Notes. Get a month's free trial with the link in the description below. More from me in a bit.
So one morning, I was actually really hungover because I'd been to Charlie's show and I wrote this sad little poem. And it was like, I actually texted it to Chloe and Chloe called me straight away because she didn't realise it was lyrics. She thought I'd just absolutely lost the plot.
I thought she was having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, you really did. Because it's like, there's a magpie in my tree.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, there was no context, just the full...
Right. The magpie is trying to warn me.
And you're like, oh my God.
Wow.
I was like, it's a bloody poem. Anyway, Katie from Moona, Katie Gavin, came into the studio and we had told her this idea and I was like, this should be the lyrics that go over this instrumental. And she was just like, I'll give it a go. And we were like, okay, go on then, girly. And she's like stood up got to the mic and we pressed play. She didn't really know this instrumental and she didn't really know these lyrics, but she just sung in basically the exact melody that we kept. And it ended at the right time. She turned around, she was kind of like laughing, crying because the lyrics are so sad. And I think it ends with, we should play her going, that was fun.
Yeah, she didn't realise that she'd just created probably the most amazing studio experience that we'd ever had.
And we were just weeping. And it was in the fish tank, so she wasn't in a vocal booth or anything. We were all together in this like glass room. But anyway, we should play a bit of that.
So that's the piano that you had been recorded.
Yeah,
Chloe surreptitiously recorded you.
Yeah.
Fooling around.
That piano went through Portal, I think, the plugin. Amber's, you introduced me to that plugin.
Yeah, I do use that a lot. Shout out.
Drone shifter.
Yeah, I love that one. She was still just scrolling through the lyrics.
There's a magpie in my tree, shouting like he's trying to warn me. I don't know what he's talking about. When I look upon myself, I don't see the same thing I saw a year ago or two. Which is new. You seem to love me more when.
So this is Katie singing.
It's the first thing that came into her head.
Right.
Melody-wise.
Right. As she was just reading the words for the first time. It's
like
kind of amazing.
Mind-blowing.
Yes.
But there's violin in the background? Is it? Yeah.
So that was, the piano and violin was the instrumental.
Yeah.
It's just... Chloe and I were just sitting behind her. She was looking out the window and we were sitting on the sofa behind her just
in disbelief.
I was just shaking. And then this is funny.
No, that's just how I get into the trap. Remember, no one's ever gonna love me like this dog lying in my lap.
There's a bit where she
no one's ever gonna make me feel so stable. No one so far has been able.
Shall I skip it?
I don't know.
Is this bit?
Sometimes when I think that was wrong. Sometimes I think.
And you can hear me going, keep going. And then we actually ended up keeping that little gap in the song because we just didn't want to change it. And at the end, we were just like, oh my God.
It's quite fun. Oh, these lyrics are crazy.
Wow.
So that's her turning around, seeing us in tears,
So
and
insane.
she just thought it was a bit of fun, and we're like, do you realise what you what you just did?
You're feeling the full impact of the emotion that she's bringing to these words, and she doesn't have any awareness that that is the case.
That was fun.
In the spirit of collaboration, I want to tell you a bit more about Listen To by Audiomovers. It's the plugin we use for all our remote sessions here at Take Notes. It allows you to stream your audio in real time, directly from your door to anyone, anywhere in the world, and all in pristine quality. And we're not alone. It's being used on projects by some of the biggest names in the industry. Everyone from Taylor Swift to Lil Nas X to Bring Me the Horizon. And we have a special offer for you. 1 month's free trial instead of the usual 2 days. Just visit audiomovers.com and use the promo code TakeNotes1 at checkout to get your free month and see what the fuss is all about. And now, on with the show. Which is interesting because, I know Muna. Muna have been on my radio show that I do quite a few times. And that's not necessarily the way Katie normally sings even, because a lot of their songs are quite declamatory, aren't they? And she's just kind of feeling things out there. You can really tell, but that brings such
really amazing
emotion to it.
That is, like, that doesn't really happen very often.
No.
Ever. When you're in a studio and people are like, oh, I'll try something. And then you spend like months gluing these things together.
Yeah.
And like, that is just like wild. That's like raw talent. That's really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So the interesting thing is, what do you do with that? So you've captured this amazing performance of your words to your instrumental. And then how do you evolve or change or take that further?
I listened to it about 7,000 times. Just often when I'm excited about something, I'll put it in my headphones and just walk in a loop for genuinely like an hour around like whatever street. So I did that for ages. And then I did a version of it over this same instrumental, basically just doing what she did. And then we decided there was something missing because that obviously that performance is so raw because it's a performance, there's something so engaging about it. So we decided that rather than me just like cut in and copy basically exactly what she did, that I would sit in, because the chords are kind of all over the place and weird timings and the melody is weird. So I just learnt it and learnt playing it and singing it. It's actually really hard to sing because she's a lot of a better singer than I am. I'm not as technically gifted as she is, and there's some tricky bits. So I just spent ages singing it and crying, basically. And then we tried to record like a whole take of me performing it, and like we were saying, I broke down in the middle of one take.
So this is right at the start of this episode. This is what you were...
Oh, yeah, it is what you mentioned.
You decided, right, let's run through a number of performances to see if we can capture one whole take of you, Amber, singing the song. And you were cracking the whip so hard.
Yeah, guys.
That you started crying.
We just wouldn't let her out.
It was just, again, like I'd written that song in the kind of midst of my breakup, and then it became... That was like when things were just over, and so it was hard to sing because it's just like me giving in to things being over. It still chokes me up when I sing it or hear it now.
I think it was quite late into the evening as well. It was like the end of a long day, and she just kept doing it over and over until. But it was worth it because then that special moment came along. And
in the past, I've always been very much like, I want to layer my vocals with 1,000 harmonies.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were good at.
Yeah.
We were like, more synths, more BVs.
Exactly.
And now it's like, what would I be doing if I was really pushing myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.